All right, let's move on to a team that's got a whole lot of work to do. The Boston Red Sox. Let's talk about their moves they made this offseason.
They have and had a lot of work to do, as you mentioned, or as I said early on. They came in last place last year. This team was coming off of a playoff year and ends up in dead last in a, to be fair, a good AL East, but they finished under 500, really bad year. And they have quite a few additions. Masataka Yoshida being probably the biggest acquisition coming over from Japan. We saw him in the World Baseball Classic where he kind of put the world on notice of how good he can be. Outfielder, big addition there. Justin Turner from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Corey Kluber, starting pitcher. Kenley Jansen, closer. Adam Duvall, outfielder. So
they made some moves.
A lot of big additions there.
Yeah.
Losses. This is a big one.
Huge.
Xander Bogaerts, the shortstop. The pride of the Boston Red Sox, gone. JD Martinez, gone. Nate Eovaldi, Michael Wacha, Tommy Pham, Matt Barnes, all at the door. So big turnover everywhere you look, but the biggest of all the additions and losses is Xander Bogaerts, who is no longer going to be at that shortstop position for the Red Sox. Huge, huge loss.
All right, let's move on to your hitter to watch for the Red Sox.
It's Masataka Yoshida. As I mentioned, this guy's coming over from Japan. Left-handed hitter, really good outfielder, but this guy can be, for me, he's kind of interesting because is he going to be a middle-of-the-order bat for this Red Sox team, or is he going to be a bottom-of-the-order singles kind of average guy? We don't really know. I know we watched him in the WBC kind of tear it up. So this guy was dominant in Japan for quite a few years. He's a very, very good player. I'm very excited to watch him and see how he makes that transition from the NPB in Japan to the United States.
Which we always know takes a little bit of adjusting time just because of the culture, the language, the game's different. So
especially
just give him a month to calm down.
We've talked a lot from a pitcher's perspective on how the mound is different, the baseball is different, but from a hitting perspective, the pitchers are totally different. As most of you know, I went to Japan last year and got to see for the first time NPB games in Japan, which is their highest level. And their best pitchers, well, really they just do things differently. There's a lot more off-speed thrown. There's not usually as high velocity, though with the top guys in Japan that we've seen on the big stage, Roki Sasaki, Yamamoto, Imanaga, there's velocity there. But for the majority, you're looking at guys throwing low 90s, flipping up a ton of off-speed, whereas in the U.S., velocity, velo reigns supreme, and you will face 100 miles an hour constantly. So how will that transition go? He's the hitter to watch.
Okay, moving to the mound. Who is your pitcher to watch for the Red Sox?
Chris Sale. Chris Sale has been an ace of a staff, was with the White Sox, and now he's with the Red Sox and just been riddled with injury after injury and freak injury after freak injury. And really, it's that simple. We know how dominant he can be. Big, tall, lanky lefty that can throw still mid-90s, but last year he started 2 games.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
got to stay on the field, and it's really no discredit to him. The injuries have been crazy. He comes back last year and ends up getting hit in the hand and breaking his finger in his second start. It's been
freak accident,
wild for Chris Sale. So the most important pitcher there is Chris Sale, and can he put it together and just have a full healthy season? I hope so.
All right, breakout player for the Red Sox. Who you got?
Tristan Casas, he's the future of the Red Sox. I'm a big fan. I think he's going to be in strong contention for AL Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
Red Sox fans have been waiting for this guy for a long, long time. As you see the tweet in the wall now, the Red Sox, Tristan Casas has arrived.
Woo!
This guy has
he's
pop.
Big,
he's
too.
a big boy, left-handed. This is what
power.
This is exactly what the Red Sox need. And by exactly what I mean, they need him to pan out and be this huge lefty, tons of pop. This is the guy. He's here. I think he puts the world on notice.
Like, even just looking at him, you can tell this guy has power. And then seeing that swing and seeing how far the ball went. Like, this is, they got to be
He's the real deal.
Real excited for this guy.
Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.